Alright guys, welcome to yet another bootcamp. Hope you're all having a good time in this lovely weather. It's a bit warm to be inside, but well, we ain't stopping. I'm just gonna let everybody settle in, so I want to start for now. But my name is Oliver. I am your bootcamp instructor, at least for now. I am a student here at CADA, where I'm going to my third semester. It is. And yeah, I'm going to be teaching you some 3D animation today. It's going to be great. Hey, Renan. Nice you joined once again. It's cool you keep coming back. Yeah, we're not going to do any crazy animations. We don't have the time for it or the skills for it right now, at least. So we're just going to go over the basics of how to animate and how to navigate in Blender. And then from there, you can go crazy, right? Maybe over the next couple of animation bootcamps, I will test some different stuff out, so we don't do the same animation every month, but we're gonna use some different rigs. I am trying to learn how to properly rig in Blender, because it's like starting over, because I can rig in Maya pretty good, but which is another program we use at CADA. But in Blender, the logic is just out the window for me. but I guess I just need to relearn it. But I know how to animate in it, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So as always, I love to know how many are recurring visitors, how many are new. So if you're recurring, you've been here before, you tried some bootcamps, give a little hand up and say hello. And if you're new, throw a blue smiley face and let us know you're new. Hey Jason, welcome. You're new. It's perfect. Because the more I know there are new people, the more I can help you guys and the more I can slow down. So let us know. Adrija, I hope I pronounced it correctly. We're not gonna be rigging today. We're just gonna be animating. But if you guys would like to do some rigging, I would love to learn it so I can teach you guys in this software at least. Okay, we have some new people. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, animating. Yes, we're gonna be animating. Great. Well, it's in the start, it's like everything else is a bit daunting, but it's super fun and you get a lot going very fast, and then from there you want to do some tweaking. But I'll go over that in a second. First off, I'll show you how to navigate around in Blender, as always, for the new people here. I'm just gonna put my screencast keys on. Hello, new people. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so for those of you who are new, down here you have my screencast keys. You can see what I'm pressing. And then you can follow along a little bit better. If you need me to slow down or go over something again, let me know in the chat. I keep looking over there. I have a screen over here as well. And I will get back to you and I will help you. So ask as much as you can and I will help. Okay. So to navigate in Blender, middle mouse button on your mouse to rotate, shift middle mouse to pan around, and middle mouse scroll to zoom in and out. Pretty basic. There's a lot of other things, but I'm just going to be going over what we need to do to animate. So click something, can be this cube, and click G to move around. S to scale. Oh, that's crazy scaling. S to scale, and R to rotate. Okay. If you want to lock it to one of these lines, they're called axes. You can click, let's see, G to grab, and X to move along the X, Y along the Y, and Z along the Z. So that's pretty nifty, right? We're going to be using that a lot today as well. If you want to go to see it from a flat perspective of one side, on your numpad, you can click, let's say, 3 for the X direction, and 1 for the Y, and 7 for the top. You can just play around with it, but we're going to be using this a lot. So if I just click G here and move it, it's gonna be locked in the y-axis, as you can see. Well, you can use touchpad, but it's a well, maybe it's actually okay for animation specifically, but it's gonna be a bitch. So if you're working mousepad, you can use these guys up here. This to pan, this to zoom, and this to rotate. Philip asked if I'm planning to do rigging at some point. I was thinking about it, but seeing as I don't actually know how to do it in Blender, I will postpone it for a bit. But it could be fun to learn how to do your own rig and then animate that next time. Yeah, so you can work with a mousepad. I highly recommend not doing that, but you can use these up here instead. Rotate, zoom, and pan. Okay? Great. Next up, we have some different modes. So if you click up here, you can go to edit mode, and you can go to sculpt mode, etc. When we make an armature, you don't have to follow me now. You can also go to pose mode, and this is here where you can move it around your bones or your controls. Yeah, Jason says, I recommend having a mouse. Yeah, for sure. If you're doing any 3D, have a mouse. But just follow along today as best as you can and then have a mouse for next time. Okay, I'm just going to delete all this. And hey, Catherine, welcome back. I hope you all saw, if you didn't see it, scroll up to the top of the stream. I sent a link with a rig that you guys need to download. So go on, download that, and open it. So go into Blender, click open. Don't want to save. And under my downloads, I have this ball rig, which I stole from the internet. Okay, so go ahead, open that, and you should be seeing this. And I'll just give you guys a second to do that, so everybody is with me. If you cannot get it to work, let me know. I can also post it again, just so you can see it. So download the rig, open the Blender file, and we are here. Okay. Just give you guys a second. And don't fiddle too much with it for now, because you might, you know, throw it away or something. All right. So I'll just, while the guys do that, I'll just slowly explain what we have here. So this is a very basic rig. We have a ball, which is our mesh, our actual physical thing we're gonna deform. And then all these things around here are controllers. Right now I can't manipulate them. If I click on one, it's gonna select all of them. But if I go to pose mode, you see they change in colors and they start to do certain things. You see? So I will explain what we have here. It's a simple rig, but it's super useful for what we're gonna do. This right here is what I would usually call the root control. Well, no, it's actually the rig control, sorry. It can move, it moves everything. And it doesn't interfere with any of the other things you're animating on. And this right here is the center of mass control. You can use whichever you want. The only thing you have to be aware of is this thing's pivot point, which means the point it will rotate around is different from this one. And we're going to use that. So if I click R to rotate, you see it rotates around the base of the ball. If I click here, it rotates around the center of the ball. So depending on what you want to do or how you want to animate, you can switch between these. Just be aware that you have to animate on both if you're using both. You cannot animate halfway on this and halfway on that. That's going to be super wonky. These, they're made pretty nicely because they show they are for rotating it. You can scale with them as well. But if you just grab them and move them, you're rotating. What we're going to use a lot though is these guys. The top and bottom, it's like a little sphere thing. If you move that, you're going to pull out the ball and stretch it, or you're going to push down and squash it. And that's what we're going to do to make our ball more lively. So everybody go in pose mode, click free on your numpad so you're in an orthographic view like this, and zoom out a bit. Next up, you want to get this little guy up. You can also go to animation tab up here, and it's gonna give you all this. I don't like having these many things open, so I think I'll just go to layout. If you don't have a numpad, I'm pretty sure you can. Is it shift? Give me a second. There is a way. Yeah, you can click Alt and middle mouse drag, and you can switch between. To know which one you're in, you can look up here, and if you have the X in the middle, you know you're on the X-axis. If you have the Y in the middle, you know that. So hold Alt, and you can also navigate. Okay? And it's very important you know which one you're using and which way. So right now I have X without a minus, and this is with a minus. So really be careful where you are. Free is locked to this one. So here, let's just do a very, very easy, fast animation to just show and get going. Oh, hey Laura, welcome. Okay, so get this guy up. This is called the timeline. If I click spacebar, you can see it's playing. And this is where we're going to see our keyframes, where we've locked our controllers and what the ball is going to be doing. So I love to use auto keying. It's this guy. That just means that whenever I move my ball, it will key it. It means it will lock it in place at that point in the timeline. It's like a little time stop thing, okay? So if you want to just keyframe something manually, click I, and you see these little dots appear here. Then you want to move the timeline. Let's go to 20 frames. I want to click this controller. The one, first I want to be in pose mode, of course. Pose mode. And I want to delete these actually. So pose mode, go to frame 0 or frame 1, frame 0, click I, go to frame 20, and G to move, and Z to log it to the Z axis, and left click. Move 20 more frames, click G, and then you can click Z and try to hit it the same spot, but that's super irritating. So instead you can just click here. You see this menu here. If you don't see it, it's because you need to click N on the keyboard. Go under transforms, and you can see the Z axis. We've moved it 4 meters, and we want to reset that to 0 and enter. And because I have auto keying on, you can see it automatically created these keyframes. So if I go back to 1 and I click spacebar, we have animation. Congratulations. You just created your very, very first animation. And this timeline is crazy long. We don't have to have 250 frames before it starts over. So I'll just reset that to, let's do 60 for now. I'm gonna play the animation, and it's just gonna start over and over. Okay? So this is of course extremely easy animation. This does not look like, it's like a floating ball, right? It's being sucked up and in the air. So what we want is different things. First off, a ball needs anticipation. It needs to gather strength and then pop off for it to actually go somewhere, right? And then we want it to hang in there a bit instead of just going straight down, because a ball doesn't just go like this, right? So remember which what's it called, controller used? It's very important because this one has keyframes on. This one does not, and this one does not either. So it's very important that you use the right controls. So I'm going to show you what this is. This is a graph editor. If you have a screen, 2 screens, it's a lot easier to use and have this on a secondary screen, because you want to use this a lot. But let's see if I can get it up. It's not showing as I wanted to. Let me try going to animation instead. Okay. So this is the timeline. This is the graph. Okay. For some reason it didn't show. So I'll just close this window first. I'll wait until I see the little point thing here. And I'll move a bit to the right and join areas. And now we can see the graph editor. And you move around the same way. You just hold middle mouse to move around. And now we can see our keyframes. So this is our second keyframe. This is our first. And this represents the Z axis. So I can actually move this thing here up and down, right? Or to the side to change where the ball is. So if I want to have the ball have some hang time, I can then take this and click G, and let's go and move it on this x-axis, and let's move it to, let's do 15. And then I'm gonna shift, Control C, move to 25 and Control V, and now I have 2 points. So now I've given it more hang time, but now it's just frozen, right? But this is more what we want. So what comes next is these little things right here. You see it's like a handle. It's going to either side whenever you click on a point. And that is what is moving the curve that you see. So if I click on this thing, oh, why can't I click? Okay, I can't click on those. Again, I usually work in Maya, so there's some things that are not doing as I want. But what we can do is we can select these two. No. Let me see, handle type. Automatic. Yes. Okay. So you want to select them, right click, and say handle type automatic. And then it's gonna move it upwards so we have like a nice curve. So now it's going up, it's slowing down, and then it's going back down. I think it might be a bit too much. So what we can do is you can rotate it and rotate it. And you can scale it a bit. Scale it. Rotate it a bit more. So the curve becomes a bit flatter. So it still has some hang time, but it's not going to be as... You see it's going up. It's losing power. And that might be too much. So this is why you tweak a bit, just to get the right feel. That looks better, right? So it's up, it's having momentum, and it's dropping down again. Okay. Is everybody with me so far? I hope I'm not going too fast. Let me know. I just want to get you guys going because I need to show you the principles of how to do the things, and then it's up to you to actually do the tweaks later. So if there's anything you need to know, text me now. Anything I'm going too fast with, let me know. Okay. I take that as everybody's with me so far. Next up, you can see the curve here. It has like a smoothness to it. It's called ease in. So it's going slow and then it's going more and more straight. So if you look at the animation, it's going slow and then it's going faster, which is not what we want right now. Your graph editor on the IS is upside down. Is it it's going this way? That is probably because of the way you're facing. So maybe you have the whole thing upside down. You're probably going in minus. So if I move these down here, it would go the opposite way. So make sure you're not like upside down in the editor here. Let me know if that was it. Like it's in the minus, or is this actually flipped around? Okay. Now we don't want it to just slowly gain momentum and then... Ah, yeah, made it go down instead of up. Yeah, great. Well, that's the first for everything, right? We don't want it to ease in. We want it to pop off the ground. So what we need to do is these handles, we need to manipulate them like this. I need to click on this one. And you see now it's going straight up. So it's going to pop off. Pop off. See that? And and you see it's easing out here. It's slowing down on the way down. So we're also going to take this and move this up here. So now it's going to fall fast down. Okay. It's going very slow, and it's because I have too many frames. So I think I'm going to move everything a bit to the side. Or I'm going to make it jump a bit higher. I think I'm going to do that first. So click these two, G and Z, move them up a bit. It's annoying. I can't log it to the Z-axis. Move them up here. Play it again. That's better. That looks a lot better. See, it's popping off and then flying fast down. Okay. So next up, we don't want the ball to pop out of nowhere. We want it to have anticipation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point right here. I'm going to move it along the X. Just like 5 frames. I'm going to control C. I'm going to control V. And then I will go automatic. No. I will go linear. Yeah. So I want these to be flat. I don't want it to move at all here. So interpolation mode, linear. So it's going straight. So right now it's not moving for the first frames and then it's popping off. Okay. Boom. Boom. Great. This is our, like, the most part of our movement. Now we want it to look more fluent. Like when you do a jump, you lower your body and then you explode up, right? So we're going to have a ball do exactly the same thing. Now we want to use this guy, the squash and stretch. So on frame 1, I'm going to click I to insert a keyframe. I'm going to move it to frame 5. I'm going to click G and Z. Squash it down. And because I have auto key on, it automatically makes a key with this guy. So now it's just a pancake, right? Because I didn't make it explode up. So it's going down. And let's go to frame 10. And I'll click G and Z. And I will stretch it out. There we go. You see? Now it's flattening out and then moving up. If your animation is... let me show what I mean. If your animation is looking something like this, it's because you didn't match the keyframes on this one to this guy. So you want to make sure you use keyframes at the right points in time. And you can select both of these. So it's just, I click shift. Let's say I click the top squash control here. And I shift click this one. And you can see, I can see both my curves here. I can see how they interact with each other. So let's say this is actually moving up too soon. It's moving while it's flat. And you don't jump while you're in a squat, right? So I actually need to change when it moves. So now it's stretched out and then it pops up, okay? This is what I want. All right. So it's super simple. You just change where it is on the graph editor here. Sakai, are you going to show us animation layers in Blender? No, and the reason why is I don't use it. There's probably good things, good reasons to use it, but it doesn't really make sense for me. It just adds another layer of I don't know, confusion for me. So I never use it. I just animated, and try to keep what's it called? Keep focus or keep control of the different controllers. Animation layers are good if you have different things, like for example a squash and stretch, right? So you can have a better overview of them. But it needs to be a kind of complicated rig for it to make sense, I think. At least for me. But that's probably good uses for it. Okay, next up. It's flattening out and it pops up. So in this top up position, we don't want it to be stretched out anymore because it's losing momentum. But right now it looks like it's going to continue onto space, right? So if I click this controller and I see this is my dead zone, this is where the ball is losing momentum, right? This is also where I want it to squash again instead of stretch. So I think I'm going to be using the bottom stretch here to make it go up instead. So first I need to keyframe this one, because if I just do this, right, then it's going to be looking super weird because it's just pulled up all the time. So when it's flat here, actually when it's on the way up, like around here, I think, I will make it be 0. And then I want it to squash up. Okay. You see that? It's getting pulled up again. Very nice. Great. It is stopping very abruptly, which is not very nice, but that's because it's just going into a linear. On the graphic, it's just going linear. We don't want that. So I'm going to make another keyframe around here, where I'm going to pull it back down. And you see it's now dripping back. I do want it to hold the pose a bit, and how we do that? We just duplicated Control-C, Control-D, and we did this, and we went with automatic. Maybe we want to. Why can't I select these? Oh, I'll do it one time. Like this. See, now it's having more of a soffit, but it's still it's 2 point. You can see this is very pointy. I want this to be more flat. So I think I will go to... I'll set this to 3. This basically means I can move these however I want. Is that too much? That's too much freedom. Okay, I don't want that. Because if I just do this, you see it's going to have like a little yoink here, and that's not going to look super fluent and smooth. So go back to maybe aligned. Yeah, aligned. That's good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go aligned. I'm going to smoothen it out. Make this a bit shorter. It's very long. Let's try again. That's not too shabby. The only thing is the top of the ball is now like super still. I want to still move up a tiny bit here, because it's just stopping the animation completely, right? So what I want to do is I want to look at the keyframes I made, and I want it to continue upwards. So I want it to continue upwards, and then I want it to come up, and around here it can start falling down again. So I'll just click I to insert. I'll just select only select channels, because then it's just going to keyframe the same. And then I'm going to select these two. No, I'm not. I'll click this. Click this. And I think I'll set this to automatic as well, because then when I rotate it, and I make a keyframe down. Let me see, where does it end? At 40. I'll keyframe it, and I'll set it to 0. And I'll do this. Now, hopefully it's going to look better. Let's see. It comes up and moves slightly upwards a bit. It's not completely still. See, it's moving up. It's moving down a bit too fast. So I'll just change where this is. And I'll probably scale it. I'll rotate a bit. Like this. It's moving up. And it should be moving up a bit longer. And I'll just select this and I'll pull it. Like this. Okay, so it's moving up. And it's moving down. And now it doesn't flatten out enough because I moved this upwards. So I want to go back to the bottom one. And I just want to move it a bit up so it actually squashes, right? There we go. That's a bit much, maybe. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the gist of this. We're actually making the ball anticipate, bounce up, and then we want it to look like a smooth transition. I still don't like it. It stops a bit too much here. So I think I will make this go a bit more upwards. Like this. I think that's better. Because it's stopping rather abruptly, right? But that can also be this one. That it's stopping too much here. The curve is too flat. And it's an easy fix, actually. I just... Oh. Automatic. Let's go automatic. And then I will just scale it down a bit. And maybe rotate it a bit. So now it should look better. It's almost too much now. Well, I can always give it more hang time like this. Know what the problem is with the last part here? It's just falling straight down. It's almost you see, it's squashing before it even hits the ground, which means it's looking like it's slowing down, which maybe also is. So one fix is, of course, to move this keyframe further back so it's going faster. You see, that looks better already. And the second part is that this should not go into 0. This should actually be very, very stretched. Maybe it should be this one. Yeah, this one should not be in 0. This should be around here. Automatic. Yeah. Yes. So now it's straight and looks like it has speed. All right. The next part is we don't want it to end like it's like a stick. We want it to squash down again. Very, very with impact, you know. So animation is about giving. It's about giving, how do you say this, personality to whatever you are working on. If it's an object, if it's a person, you want it to have some personality. And this ball, the more I can make it be gooey and move, the more personality it will have. So when it comes to this point, it stops moving. I can click on this one. This is the end point here. This is where I want it to be squashed down. So here I will keyframe this, because this next keyframe, I'll just delete these two. This next keyframe is where I want it to be squashed. So it's straight. Bam. And I don't want it to be below 0. So I'll just take this and I'll move it up to 0. That might be a bit much. So I'll just move this up a tiny bit. And maybe 1 to the right, so it squashes out over 2 frames. So the more frames you use, the slower the animation, right? And we want things to be kind of snappy. If you make it too snappy, it's just gonna look not real, right? But this is not too bad. It's at least squashing out, right? This is looking a bit too floaty still, but I'll fix that later. But I don't want it to be like completely still when it lands though. So I want it to bounce a bit up and down. So the next thing I'm gonna do is a couple of frames forward. I'm gonna make it go up a bit. A couple of frames more. I'm gonna make it go down a bit. A couple of frames more. I'm gonna make it go back to 0. Okay. You see, now it's like settling. And how many frames and how much you gotta play around with that. That's up to you. So now my animation is sitting at 43 frames. So if I make my timeline go to 45 frames down here, it's gonna play it nice and easy. It just keeps going. I can actually make it go to 43 instead, so it just keeps bouncing. Boom. Boom. I think it's too slow here. There's not enough power. So my first thing to fix it is just, I'll make it jump higher. That's better. And it's having some hang time. And then it's falling. And the more you stretch it out, the more it's going to look speedy. I'll show you what I mean. So if let's go to this frame. And if I pull this more down here. Maybe not exactly right there. Maybe I should... Oh, going the wrong way. 1 second. Redo. Great. So if I choose the point just before the impact here. If I do make this lower, oh, did I not click the right thing? Oh, I did. I'm pulling it down. Oh yes, thank you, Fancy. Yeah, if I just pull this down here, maybe actually to here, like this, right? It's gonna look even more like a missile. Probably here. And then here I'll have to keyframe it. I'm not saying this is going to look good, but I just want to show what I mean. Oh, this actually looks really good. See, it's like really extending and it's catching a lot of speed. Even though it actually goes through the mesh here, it's not too bad. I could just move this 1 frame to the left. See how it's really digging, and I can do the same the other way when it's going upwards. and it's like really pushing. I can stretch it so much further here. Oh, stretch. That is looking really nice, actually. The only thing is the ball physics here is kind of weird. I don't know if I should... It's moving up, and then it's pushing it back down, but maybe I should wait. I think I'll do that. Okay, so I want this to be here. Like this. So it's holding it. And then it goes crazy. Maybe this is... No, I'm just tweaking what I feel like. Should this hold a bit longer? Like this. Let's try. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. It's a bit too snappy. I don't like how much the top moves. I think that makes it look a bit weird. So I think I'll take this. I'll make this shorter. That means it will move less. It's gonna move up. And I think I'll do something like this. Okay. I think that's better. That's a personal preference, I guess. So now it's jumping with speed and power. It's slowing completely down to a full stop with a slight movement, and it goes fast down. Boom. Easy peasy. I'll give you guys a minute or two to just tweak it a bit and get a bit further. And then I feel like we should upload them to Discord, look at them real quick, and then I'll give some pointers to what you can change before the final product, or what, and then I'll show what you can do next if you want to make it a bit more interesting. Because this was just the basics of using the graph editor, using the curves, getting used to working with a rig with controllers, right? So tweak it a bit. Then I want you to go here where you can see the ball. So you can see the whole thing like this. And then I want you to click Control or an F12 or render animation. Oh, we need to make a camera first. So Shift A, go to camera. And I will click G and X. And then in order to look through your camera, you can click the camera here. And then in order to... Oh. We do. In order to look through the camera here, and in order to lock the view to the camera, you click this little guy. So when you move your camera, when you move your viewport, you move the camera actually. So something like this. Make sure the whole thing is in the camera. Boom. Unlock and go out the camera. And now, first save. Francesca remind us of that. So click File, Save As. And I'm going to save this as ball bouncing, ball animation. All right. Again, save, rather save too much than too little, because otherwise you're going to hate yourself when Blender crashes and everything you've done is just gone, right? Okay, let's try render animation, and let's see what happens. Oh, it's not working. Oh yeah, I know why. Let me just just double check. I got everything right. It should be here. Frame rate, frame range, resolution. Oh, we need to check the output as well. So I'll put this under documents, animations, all animation, accept. And let me see, that's not working. Ew, let me try again. Okay, it is working now. So it's just the way. No, I didn't keyframe the camera. It doesn't matter. So what you guys need to do is you want to go into render. I use cycles, but no, actually I'm going to use Eevee. It's going to be a bit faster. And I'm going to set the samples down to 20 here. We don't need a lot because it just needs to be fast. Then you click on this guy, output, and you select where you want to output it. You choose file format, and let's try the FFmpeg video. And then you click Control F12, and it should render out like this. It's gonna take a little while, but then you should have animation. And it doesn't matter that it's super blurry. Boom. And since only 33 frames, it's gonna be super fast. And let me just save as, go to here. Oh, it's already there. Perfect. Let me go check it. Documents, animations. Let's see. Perfect. It's working. So do that, guys, and put in the Discord on the 3D Bootcamp. Write down. You can also, if you can record your screen or something, that's totally fine as well. Just make sure it's a fast render. You don't want to spend too much time on this. Can you do this? Yeah, so rendered out in very low quality. Again, 20 samples is perfectly fine. And put it up in Discord. Doesn't matter that it's not good or not. It's good or not. I just want to give you guys some feedback really quick. And then I want to showcase a bit more of what you can do. And then we'll watch the final ones if you have done anything else. So let's see. Catherine made my own rig this time. I focused a little bit more on the lamp. Oh, cool. So this is an actual lamp, and you're still doing the bouncing ball thing. That's great. That's a pretty good animation considering how short amount of time you had. Notice the weight that he has on the it's clipping through the weight on the handle, on the base, because it's moving all the way and then slowly pulling, which is how a lamp would probably move because it's not very strong, right? But then once it lifts, it's very snappy, and that's really what you want. So that looks amazing, Catherine. Galaxy Fox Games, let me see. Alright, made it bounce several times. Nice, I like it. Alright, so first off, notice how, this is not critique, this is just feedback, right? But notice how floaty it is. So, I like the idea here, but you need to make it a lot more snappy. So either your middle keyframe, where the top of your ball is, so when it is here, pull that a lot further up, like make it jump a lot higher, or reduce the time between keyframes. So right now it looks like you have 40 keyframes. Squash it down to 20, and it's going to look a lot better because it's going to be more snappy. I like that it's like bouncing and exploding up. That's really good. But the problem is you have an explosive bounce from the ball and then it's not moving very much. So you want to make it pop off. So more distance between less distance between the keyframes and make it bounce higher. Or you need it to have a lot less power coming from it, right? Hope that makes sense. All right, Fancy, what did you do? Let me see, can I autoplay it? No. Can I make it play automatically? That's so annoying. All right, very snappy here. This is what we're talking about. It's very snappy. It looks like it's doing a lot of secondary bounces though. So it goes up. And then if you notice, the top stretch thing is moving fast, moving too fast down. So it reaches the endpoint here. And then the bottom doesn't follow. That should be like the thing that's popping back up into the ball, right? But instead you're pulling it down. And then it gives like this boom effect. Which I guess it can, but it looks more like it's like hitting something and then bouncing back. So if it was because it lost speed, it should slowly like pull itself together and then the bottom should probably fall down first instead of the top part. Hope that makes sense. And then make sure you hold the pose at the bottom here, because right now it's just squashing down for no reason, like it's losing velocity. So make it be fully stretched at the bottom here and then squash it down. So here is the fully stretched position and then squash it. It's going to have a lot more power. It does look pretty snappy, but I think it's because you have so few frames. Which actually works in this case to hide it, but try that for sure. Alright guys, anyone else? Let me see. I just want to give feedback and you can edit it a bit. I'm only going to spend a few more minutes on this. Alright, Illing, you made a jump a while ago and you're trying to tweak it, but you're still struggling to make it perfect. Oh, little cute girly. Alright, that looks pretty nice. I like the little wink. And if you notice, she has a bit of motion here in the arms. She's not completely still. Maybe add a tiny bit to the head as well, because that looks really good. Okay, so she's starting the jump in the legs. I would use her arms a bit more, but I guess if she's not trying to do that, it's completely fine, right? And the thing that's making it look weird is that she's flipping upwards. She has a lot of power going up. And then she kind of rotates at the same spot for some time. So it looks like she is like magically flowing in midair. And then she lands, right? So she has, right here, she has the same height on the z-axis, right? So you want it to either come up more or you want it to spin faster. That's what is wrong, so to speak, right? Why it's not looking... Because I like the landing, like, this part here is super good. It's landing down, she's bracing, hitting her head on the ground, and coming back up. So this part here needs to be a lot faster. Like, a lot faster. Or make her jump a bit more upwards as well. That'll also give you some more time. Yeah, see, it almost looks floaty right there. So she jumps up, power, and then slows down and then lands. So you also want it to have some impact on the landing. So if you speed it up, it's going to be a lot better. Okay. Oh, so many people wrote. No, it's the same. It's a bit later, the rendering part, so probably missed some setting. PC is blasting at the modem. I'll show it again because we don't want your computer to stop. So click on the render. Just use the EV render, that's fine. And set the samples low, like 20, maybe 10 even, that's fine. It doesn't matter, it's blurry. And then you go here to output. That automatically should render the frames you want. Just make sure you don't have more frames than you're using. It's gonna look crazy. And then you wanna select your output here. and you want to use the FFmpeg video. And then just Control F12, click render animation, and you should be good. The face cam. Oh, goddamn. I can see that. Okay, let me show here. Great, now I can see it. Okay, so this guy. Render. Use Eevee. And just set the samples to 20 here or something. Super low. And output. Check where you want it. And use the FFmpeg video. Hope you can see them now. I can see my face was in the way. Okay. Great. Set this back. Now, we want to make this more interesting because it's bouncing up and down. That's all nice and good, but we want some more. We want more. So, we can do two things, actually. We can, first of all, we can make it move to the side. And that's super easy. You just, again, you keyframe it. Make sure you keyframe it here. And then when you go to the last frame, which is right here. Here it is actually. Just click G and Y and you move it. And then you play it. Oh, it didn't. Oh my god. Right there. So I, for keyframe, I say all channels. I'm going to keyframe it right here. Move it. Click I. Why is it not working? Move it to 7. I click I, all channels. Is it because it's the wrong controller? What is going on? I am confused. Okay, it works now. I don't know why. Oh, it's not. There we go. Now you can see me again. I don't know why it didn't work, but you just go to the frame where it's about to lift off. So it's right here. Then you keyframe it, and then you go to the last keyframe where it's about to land. Keyframe it again. And I actually think I want this to be a lot further because there's a lot of power in the jump. So it's going to jump like this. Right now you see it's jumping sideways, but it looks a bit weird, right? It's just jumping up and then for some reason moves to the side. So this is where we want to use our rotators. Oh, I know what's wrong. Oh my god. This is why I hate Blender with animation stuff, because I was not in post mode. So I'm using the whole rig. Jesus. I just complained to one of my classmates about this 2 seconds ago. Okay. I'm going to do it all again. I'm going to go to this point where it's about to lift off. I will keyframe it. I will move it to a frame just when it lands. And I will move it to the side. And keyframe it. And it works. There we go. Whoa. Great. So this looks super weird because it's jumping straight up. So what you do is you keyframe it. And here you want it to rotate a bit. But I don't want it to rotate here. I want it to actually to rotate here. So this I need to keyframe up because this is a new controller. I'm using the bottom controller, right? Oh. Rotate. There we go. And this is looking a bit weird as well because this is pointing still a lot up. So I actually need it to be rotated more. Pew. And then at the middle here, I need it to be... Uh-oh. Ah, okay. So if I want to rotate it here, I need to make this the moving part. So I will actually delete the keyframes for the Y axis here. So just delete this row. So now it shouldn't, what? The Y axis, oh, that's the set. Okay, there we go. This, boom. So now it doesn't move to the side, great. I'll select this bottom controller. And I will make it go sideways. And then I will have it be moved to here. And here I'll rotate it the other way. So now it looks something like this. It's not super good, but it's better. So it's jumping, because it's jumping very, very sideways. It looks like it's, well, it's not too weird actually, considering how it's moving. Maybe I just need to not move it as much. So I wanted to rotate a bit less. Maybe it needs to not be rotated. Or I could like spin it all the way around, I guess. I know why it's weird. It's because I'm using this to move it upwards as well. That's why. So that's the issue with multiple controllers, right? That you can get very confused very fast. So I think I'll just take this and I will completely discard everything. Delete. So now it's not bouncing. But then if I take this controller and I make it go up here, oh, and right here, I want it to go down again. Why is it not? That's super weird. Yeah, that's not how it should work. Oh, okay. I regret my decisions. This is gonna be fine for now. Yeah, so, like, what I would do, if it was my rig, I would not have made it like this. That's for sure. So I would have made, so this rotate thing would rotate it like as it is. The problem right now is that when I try to rotate, it's just rotating the color. Well, it's rotating the mesh, but it's not rotating it as it is stretched, which is super annoying to me. Same here. This is rotating it, but it's rotating it weirdly. Maybe I should just use that instead. Okay. I'll set this back down. Set this to 0. 0 rotation. Oh, now it's upside down. 0. 0. No? Guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Let me try one more time. G, Y, move. Y, 0. I. Great. Okay. Then let's see if I can rotate it like this. And then, oh, I should be in this mode. So here it's rotating. And here it should be like this, right? And then it should end in the same rotation as it started. There. Okay, let's see how this looks. That does not look good. I think it's also the way it moves. It's going very much up and down. So I might need to actually change my entire full, what's it called? My entire animation here. The way I bounce it when it goes to the side. Because it looks a bit weird. Also see if this makes it better. Oh, that's really nice actually. It like does a little bounce. Because it has another keyframe over here. That's not too bad. Actually looks pretty good. I like that. I could make it bounce up and down a little bit. Just to amplify it. So boom. So here I would move it up a tiny bit. And then down to 0. Let's see. No, that looks super bad. So here it goes down. I need my graph editor. Yeah, okay, this is why, because it's an automatic, so it automatically pulls it below ground, which we don't want. So like this. Make these two automatic, maybe? Let's try. That's better. So you see, animation is just trial and error, right? And I want this to be super. Oh, this one. I want it to be super snappy. Yeah, this needs to be one frame more to the left. Great. Okay. So now we added another element. I do not like how it's rotating, but I generally feel it's because the rig is weird. Maybe I should just change it a bit sooner. I don't know. Yeah, because when I rotate, you see the base of it is actually moving. And I don't want that. I want it to rotate around where the bottom is. So let me just select only this. And this. It is the X location. Can I not isolate it maybe? That would be nice. Okay, I need to figure out how to isolate the rotation of the X. So I need to select this and there we go. So right now it's not moving a lot to the left either, and that is the Y location. That has this very, very weird curve, right? You see it's super slow. So I'm gonna make that explode a lot more. Maybe that's why. Oh, I know why. So I'm deleting this, and this and this, they need to be linear. So it's a straight line. That's better. That looks a lot better. Great, I figured it out. So now I have a bouncing ball that's doing a little recovery bounce at the end, and then starts over. Boom. All right, yeah, I think I'm I'm not satisfied, of course. It could be better, but I think I'm gonna stop here because I could keep going forever and keep adding new things. But now I'm just adding another element, and you see just me trying to make it move to the side and make that look fluent was actually quite tricky. So the more your animation needs to do, the harder it is, right? And this is only a ball that has 3 different things it can do almost. So like a human that needs to move and have secondary animation where the shoulders move when the legs move, etc., is a whole other beast. And yeah, can be very, very frustrating actually. Maybe I can show what I made. That could be fun, couldn't it? Maybe I can log into my Teams. Alright guys, finish up your animation and then render it. Render animation. I think I'm gonna render mine a bit better quality just so you can see it actually. So you can spend a few minutes just adding some more to it, fine tune it. Remember to make it snappy, make it hold the pose a bit at the top and make it snappy again. And give it that nice bounce where it's needed, right? And then put it again up in the Discord, so I can see it and give you an feedback, because that's the only way to get better. I got a lot of feedback in the start as well, from Matthias, was our teacher in animation half a year ago. Just log in here. All right, so do that, guys. Oh, I forgot music today. Oh my god. How could I do that? Bad Ollie. And remember to save, guys. Remember to save. Control S. Save, 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 save. Just trying to see if I can find one of my projects that I made with some animation. It's kind of fun to look back at. While you guys finish your animations and put them up on Discord so I can watch them. Animation. Oh yeah, I can show my first bouncing ball actually. One of them. Can I download it? All right, let's see. This is yeah, this is one of the first ones I made. You see, it's super floaty. Has a little anticipation, and then whee. So that was a bit better. So you see, it looks okay, of course, but I wasn't natural either. I have another one here with the tail. I like this one a lot, because then you had to add the animation to the tail as well, and then rotate around. Whee! Other things. Ping pong. Ah, that was boring. What else did I make? We did something called an 11 seconds club. Basically, that's every month there is a little competition online where you can upload an 11-second animation and see how well you do. And we did this. This was the first month of doing animation, so it's not crazy, but it ended up turning okay, I feel like. I did the Batman interrogation from The Dark Knight. Let me see if I can... Oh, that's a Maya file. Let me just check it. Play blast. No. I think it is this one. It's a bit heavier. Okay, are you guys ready? I'll see if I can add sound to it. Just close this. Right, so this is... I have spent 2 weeks on this, so I had some time for it.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. You can't feel the neck.
Yeah, and it's the same character, just different makeup on.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. You can't feel the neck.
I can see some things I could have done different as well. But it is a cartoony rig as well. Like he looks
Never start with the head. The victim
cartoony.
gets all fuzzy. You can't feel the
There.
neck.
Yeah. That was my style of animations. Alright. I think I've given you enough time. Let's see what you guys made. Where did we come from? Oh, Ren, you put this up earlier. Okay, let's see what it looked like before. Oh, yes. It's a good little bounce. It's not a big bounce here, but it also doesn't have a lot of speed. So that actually is really good. And you're trying to hold the pose at the top here. So I think if you make this part a tiny bit more snappy, it actually looks really, really good. It's very nice to don't try to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Because it's lifting up and then has a bit of non-gravity to it. So make it fall 2 or 3 frames faster, and this is actually really good. I like that it's like simple. It's really good. Rasmus, first animation from your first bootcamp in 2022. Let's see it. Oh, that's nice actually. I love the little... It has some personality, right? It's actually doing some movement and it's catching its motion again. Okay, rendering to a while. Build this. That's an early one. Download it. Let's see it. Okay. Oh, very nice start. Look, it's super snappy. Power. So if you just apply the same to the ending too, it's like it has so much power, and then it just slows down incredibly much. So make it as long as it is now. Do the same on the way back, so it looks like it's really being pulled down and then squashes out. Like, this is super good, right? It's a very nice squash you're doing. It just needs to have some impact from the fall, right? Oh, is that why mine is blur as well? Immersion blur. Yeah, but it's fine. Okay, Siske, let's see what you got. Yeah, that's nice. Has some made a little setting for it. See again. I like the initial bounce. Squashing. So it actually looks really good. Now I'm more going into details. Notice that your ball lifts from the ground before it's pulled up. It's basically like me doing a squat and then I start lifting off the ground before I'm extended. Usually when you do a jump, you don't lift off the floor until you're like fully stretched out, right? So hold it for a bit longer until you reach, actually until it's this stretch, right? Then this is good. And it's falling down again. Very bouncy. Oh, I really like the recovery it has here. It's like falling down and then it's bouncing a bit back up. It's really good. Good job. Just a tiny bit with the timing, but that's like nitpicking for now as it is right now. Let's put music back on. All right, Galaxy Games. Let's see what you made. You see it? That's a side jump there. All right. You have the right idea for sure. It looks like it's starting in the middle of it though, but just oh, it isn't. It's just the playlist. Okay. So you're starting by squashing it while it's being lifted up. You see that? So you need to make it hold the X set position a bit longer until you reach like a stretch out point. So make it squash and then make it go upwards after it's extended. I mean, you're squashing a bit too early. It looks like it's because you have two stretch controllers and getting them timed properly is your issue. So if that is what is causing you trouble, just focus on using one. It would be nice if they both work together as well. That would be nice. But it looks like that's what's bugging you here, because you see it's like a double animation. So try smoothing them out more, making them work more in sync, and I think it's gonna look really good. Because the movement is right for sure. Right, Kiev, let's see what you have.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks.
Alright, nice.
I start by brain dumping everything
Looks
I need to
good.
get done in a list.
Holding the pose.
Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize.
Only
my
thing I think
progress
is the
exactly
top
by
here. See, it's going up and then it's just retracting from both the top and the bottom. So it's just pulling itself together.
ClickUp makes work easy.
So I would make the top stretch hold until this point actually, and then make it go down maybe. So it's not just, and you can also see it looks, maybe it is standing completely still here. Like gravity doesn't apply to it anymore, and then starts falling. So smoothing out the curve so it has a little arc on it. And then make it go down. So it has, because right now it's just doing some crazy anti-gravity thing here. So make it, let me put it like this. Nothing is ever standing completely still. So when you do animation, don't have anything be completely still. Even if it's a still pose like this, you'll still have something that's like slightly moving to the side, right? That's a good rule of thumb. Always move a tiny bit. So let me show you in Blender how that looks like. When I have my this thing here, I need to be in pose mode. It is in pose mode. Good. So if it was completely still, these two would be like this. Now it's completely still, and you see how weird this looks, right? It just goes up and still. But the moment I make these two go, I'm not doing it now. Yeah, that's not better. Well, the thing it was before was good. Like this and like this. So like this is better. You see now it's moving a bit up while it's in there, instead of just stopping completely. I hope that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, anyone else have animation they want to share, have some feedback on? No one is judging, we're just trying to help each other get better. Render looks like it's missing frames. See so many things I would like to improve, but I'm concentrating with keyframes, controls, and graphs. Yes, it is a lot. There's a lot going on, and which one to pull to make it look good. So that's why I focused on first getting the movement, and then I focused on getting the secondary movement. So first, okay, it needs to go up and needs to go down. Then, okay, it needs to hold the pose a bit. Then, okay, it needs to squash and stretch. If you do things too fast at a time, it easily gets confusing. And of course, you go back and forth, and that's why you usually get lost a bit. But let me see what you got. I do think it looks nice. It's squashing, and then you see it's it just goes from this to being lifted in there. It does bounce up, but I would give it a tiny bit more of a stretch to give it some power. Of course, it depends on what you're going for, but since it squashes this much, I would suspect it also stretches as much the other way, right? Otherwise, it's really good. I like the rotation you got on it. It looks really good. I think it looks good. I just think the power you have in the start should match the power in the bottom a bit more. Because right now it's like squashing out over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames, right? But you're squashing it over 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4 frames. So this is a lot more snappy and then just explodes back, and here it's more slow. So make it match a bit more so it looks like it's the same movement. I usually just count how many frames I'm using on this side, and then I use the same on the other side, and then maybe I tweak it a tiny bit. But if you use the same, it usually is good. But I think it looks pretty good. Oh, it's a render now. Damn. Shadow makes it look nice. Again, I would say make it a lot. It's a lot more snappy on the way down, Aaron. That's really good. But make it pop up a lot. Like, make this part go a lot faster. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like 15 frames where it's hanging there here. I would make it go like 5 to 7 frames less here. Make it go up and down. Unless it has some kind of gravity to it. But I like the bounciness of it. It looks very smooth. It's never completely still. So that's really, really good. You got that nailed down. It just needed to be a bit more snappiness. It's really good. Well, good job, guys. Everyone did very, very nice. I don't think I have much more for now, actually. I can only recommend you guys watch... let's find it. This little short video. It's...
You'll want to hear something absolutely wild.
Oh, that's an ad, of course. This video, it's called 12 Principles of Animation. I would watch this and really quickly shows, okay, what do you need to do to make an animation look really good, right? And then you just slowly try to incorporate it in your animations. Just link it here. And if you guys want to keep working on them and post them later, it's fine. I can look at them at that time. Just keep them coming, and I'll love to give feedback. Like, don't hesitate at all. It's totally fine. Just throw it in there. Let me see here. Of course, anytime, man. All right, guys. Any questions? Write to me in Discord. Love to help. But this was the animation bootcamp. Hope you guys had fun and you learned something. Animation is something that just takes time to get used to, especially working with the graphs and the curves and getting to know the program. There's so much we haven't dug into. But as long as you know, okay, this set is this one. This means it's going up. Okay, then I can change how much is up here. See, it's moving like this, right? Just understand that, and then you're really good to go to keep playing around with it. And then it's about just about getting the feel right, you know. Cool. Next week is modeling. We're starting over. Modeling, texturing, sculpting, and animation again. I don't know what to model yet, so if you guys have any suggestions, you can text me. But that's it for now. I am out. Enjoy your week. You're welcome, Galaxy. Glad you enjoyed it. I love animation. It's super fun. It's very satisfying. I'll just post my own now, actually, before I log out completely. Bye bye, Francie. Where did I put it? Documents, animations. Oh no, it didn't save. I hope this is the good one. Oh no, it's actually not snappy enough. Oh no, now I'm starting to go back into it. This is not good. I think mine should be more snappy as well. Better. Okay, I'll run it. I'll stop. If you've been here before, you know me. I cannot let go of my animations. I just or whatever I'm doing, I just keep, keep working on it forever. All right, thanks for the love, guys. I'll upload this and then I will be out. Oh, I need to. Oh my god, I need to make sure the camera is in the frame. Oh, and now I am animating the camera. Great. This should not have. Oh, this does not need keyframes. Can I make it stop, please? Why can I remove these? Now I'm getting annoyed. Animation. Can I move this? Why? Oh my god. This is so annoying. There we go. Great. Okay. I will now do it and then bye-bye. I'm closing the stream now, guys.